Hey guys, we're Mal today. So South Africa have just beaten the British and Irish Lions 17 points to 13. So a very close game to say the least. Of course, you could say South Africa A squad, which is essentially the Springboks in my opinion. But of course, it's one of those games which they really put a challenge towards this Lions side. It's one of those which obviously it's a stepping stone in the right direction, of course, for this South Africa A side, so just essentially the Springboks. Obviously that second game against Georgia was cancelled, so there was a bit of uncertainty for the amount of preparation they were to have against the Lions. But of course, this is a very good sign that they're kind of in the right direction, to go into this free test against them. But at the same time, the Lions, in my opinion, actually played very well throughout the game. So it's one of those which I really do think the Lions can take a lot of, pointers from this game and actually bring it into the actual test. So I think it's a win-win actually for both teams. Obviously, South Africa A come up as the winners, but it's one of those which I think both teams actually benefited from this game. So we'll see what happens, of course, within those free tests. But yeah, obviously with the tries, the first try of the game actually came within the 13th minute, I believe, through Nkosi. This was you could say a good try in a sense where, of course, it was a block, obviously, from Eben Smith. And yeah, again, it was from Owen Farrell, who was trying to kick it. And yeah, from there, I believe it was Damian Delende, who obviously picked up the ball and then kind of did a simple pass towards Nkosi. And yeah, from there, he was able to kind of sprint towards, past halfway and, of course, scored a try from the left-hand corner. So yeah, decent try, obviously, for the South Africa A side right there, and obviously put them up in the lead. But yeah, from there, obviously, the next try of the game actually came through in the 32nd minute, I believe. Yeah, it was 32nd minute, and that came through actually the Kanyu Am. And this was probably the best try of the game in my opinion. It was nasty in the sense, obviously, because it's Chazin Kobe, and he's just proving once again why he's really one of the world's best wingers. And yeah, in this position where he had like two players essentially hit to get around, and yeah, from that he kind of did a sidestep that kind of shifted Chris Harris, and yeah, I believe from there he was able to kind of find the gap between both him and I believe Lewis Summit, and yeah, from there obviously they was able to kind of like spin around them and also do a simple offload towards the Kanyu Am, and yeah, from there the Kanyu Am was able to like just run down the right hand corner and obviously score a try for the South Africa A side. So yeah, good try obviously for them. But I believe from that there wasn't too much going on where the Springboks essentially the Springboks did very well to actually defend actually against the Lions within the first half. The Lions had many chances to actually score a try, but it was one of those which the South Africa A squad really just holding firm and obviously within their 22. And they kept giving away a lot of penalties, and obviously due to that, they had 2 yellow cards within that the last 10 minutes for the likes of Fraf de Kirk as well as Van Staden. So it was one of those which they really didn't benefit from. Obviously, they did very well to actually stop them from getting a try, but at the same time, they lost 2 players in the process. So it was kind of a win-win, you could say, for both teams, but at the same time, it was going to hurt this South A side, obviously, within the second half. But, of course, that was kind of with the halftime score. Obviously, the halftime was 17 points to 3 to the South A side, so they really did dominate with that first half. But, of course, within the second half, it was a really complete different picture, in my opinion, particularly within the early stages of the game. Of course, the Lions, got off the mark very quickly, actually, within the 44th minute for the likes of Wyn Jones. Again, it was one of those phases which they really just utilised, and of course with the 13 to they had 2 players off, so they wanted to really make the most of it. And obviously from there, Wyn Jones was able to get his hands on the ball, and of course obviously just dive down to obviously put the ball down within the try line. So of course from there, Wyn Jones did very well to actually score that try. But yeah, of course. From there wasn't really too many tries actually within the second half. I mean, that was the only try actually scored within the second half. But there was the big moments actually from Reece Samet. He had a try ruled out in the sense where he really was double movement in the sense, but it was towards the left-hand side. I believe it was Elliot Daly who did a really nice kick actually towards the left-hand corner, and it kind of forced Chazin Kobe to come back. And yeah, from that position, of course, it was one of those which the Lions actually gained the ball back. And I think it was Lewis Summit who actually got his hands on the ball, and he had a one-touch play where he just missed the line, and then he did it one more time. And to be honest, I didn't think he actually touched the line, but of course they went to the TMO, and from there they kind of decided that he did a double movement. So at the end of the day, it just wasn't awarded a try. So I mean, other than that, there wasn't too much within the second half. It's just back and forth in that sense. Obviously, both sides did pretty well to actually defend. But yeah, it's kind of the score. Of course, the game ended with 17 points to 13, of course, to the South A side. So yeah, good victory, of course, for them, and obviously, like I said before, stops the Lions from their kind of ruins their 100% record within South Africa. But if I had to say a man of the match for this game, I originally wasn't going to give it to Mario Itoje because I thought he did very well for the Lions within this game, actually, in stopping them, within the lineout in particular. But obviously, with the South African side winning, I have to give it my man of the match to them. And I think I just have to give it to Cheslin Kobe. He was just brilliant when he actually had the ball and really made a difference actually within this game. So yeah, he's definitely my man of the match, I'd say, for this game for sure. But anyway, just hope you guys enjoyed the game. Of course, comment below what you guys thought about it. Definitely tell me who you guys think was the man of the match. But other than that, just hope you guys have a good day. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.